Hello everyone, it's that teacher here, and today's lesson is going to be on equivalent fractions. Let's start learning. Welcome back to the channel everyone, thank you for watching. Let's dive straight in. So today's lesson is going to focus on finding the numerator in the fraction on the left hand side. Now the fraction on the left hand side is the simplified version of the equivalent fraction. And finding that numerator is a little bit of a different process, but with our simple steps, you will be able to absolutely master it and you will have no problem answering questions like this. The first thing we need to do here is work with our denominators because we have both of our denominators, so we have both pieces of information. We do not have both of our numerators. We're trying to find one of the numerators, so it's missing. But we have both of our denominators, so we need to start there. So what has happened to that 3? What have we multiplied the 3 by to equal 28? That is, we have times it, we have multiplied it by 8. Now a quick side note is, if you do not have a great understanding of your times tables, it's extremely important to practice. Knowing and understanding your times tables is so important in mathematics in general, but specifically in fractions. Times tables are one of the fundamental things you need to know when you're learning fractions. It will make the whole process easier, so practice those times tables, okay? So 3 times 8 equals 24. Now we're going to stick with the 8 here, but we're going to divide the numerator on the right-hand side by 8. Now, multiplication and division are something called inverse operations. So they are directly related, and we are going to use that to our advantage to find our missing numerator. So we have multiplied 3 by 8, and that has given us 24. Now we divide the 16 by 8, which will give us the missing numerator 2. Another way you could do this, which some of the students in my class do use, is they simply already know that you can divide 16 and 24 by 8, and that will give you 2/3, okay? So, but my method is the step-by-step version, which will make it easy for you to learn. Now we're going to go through 4 more examples to consolidate your understanding of my method of solving equivalent fractions. So here we go. Now we have both denominators. I'm going to repeat myself a few times, but I want to just stress what I'm teaching you in order for you to understand it so that you can answer them. Now, we have both of our denominators. So what do we multiply 4 by to equal 24? Well, that is 6. Now remember, we divide the numerator on the right-hand side by 6 because remember, multiplication and division are inverse operations and we are going to use them to our advantage. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So our missing numerator here is 2. In the next question, we start with our denominators because we have both of them. Now, what do we multiply 7 by to equal 35? Well, that is going to be 5. So we divide the 15, the numerator that we do have, by the same number 5, which will give us our missing numerator of 3. In the third example, what has happened? What have we multiplied the 8 by to equal 64? That answer is going to be 8. Now we need to divide 40 by 8. Now, if you're not comfortable by dividing in your head, it's totally okay to write an algorithm type form of division on some scrap piece of paper or your working out paper in your books to solve that question. Of course, always work out, go through step by step rather than rushing it. I'm just showing you the method in order for you to answer the question. So 4 divided by 8 is 5. So your missing numerator here is 5. Finally, in our last question, we have both of our denominators. So what have we multiplied the 9 by to equal 81? Well, that is going to be 9. Now remember, we need to use the 9, but we're going to divide the 36. So the numerator that we do have by 9. And that is going to give you 4. So hopefully my method peels back the layers, makes it far more simple for you to understand how to find the missing numerator on the left-hand side. If you have an awesome way to solve this type of question, please let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested in learning new methods myself. So if you have a cool, interesting way of solving that type of question, put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Okay, moving on. Now I have included 4 questions for you to answer at home. So quickly go and get some paper, some working out paper. I'm going to show you the answers to those questions, and I'm going to put the working out, of course, so that you can cross-reference the answers on the screen with the working out that you've done on your page. So if you haven't already paused it, I would pause it now. I'm about to show you the answers. So here are the answers to your equivalent fraction questions. Now, hopefully you followed the simple step of multiplying the first denominator and then dividing the numerator on the other side. And if you've done that, you would have had a high level of success. And I guarantee you, I almost bet that you answered 4 out of 4 correct. So if that's the case, also let me know. I would love to hear that this method is effective for you. Thank you for tuning into today's lesson. It's that teacher. We'll see you in the next lesson.